You're watching the SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days. It's day one, and it's time to take a look into the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs men's basketball program. Of course, TLU coming off a 12-15 season a year ago, 7-7, and SCAC playing a trip back to the SCAC tournament semifinals. The Bulldogs will once again be led as they head into the season by head coach Mike Wacker, along with senior guard Nathan Josephs. Coach Nathan, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Russell.
Thank you.
Coach, I'll start with you. You enter into your third season at the helm of the Bulldogs program. What have you learned over the course of the last two seasons that really helps you heading into this third preseason? What are you really trying to establish to set a good, base for this group to sort of set off into the new year?
Well, the biggest thing is getting familiar with the conference and the level of play. The coaching is outstanding in this league, and there's extremely talented players all across the board. I've been fascinated by the quality and the competitiveness that come in each and every night, and the preparation that everybody's able to do for one another in each contest. And I've been very, very fortunate to have Austin Falke as our associate head coach, who was here the two previous years when they won the conference title. And we've been able to kind of keep that process going and keep our recruiting coming and try to just keep building on those winning ways. But it's hard and difficult, and it's a challenge because you have such great competition in the conference. But we're really excited about where we're at.
Nathan, you close out last season winning 5 of the last 8 games and have that trip into the SCAC semifinals. After the program's accomplishments, I know that was still a bit of a disappointment from an overall perspective as the season, but did the way in which you closed out the year with that hot ending of winning 5 of your last 8 and getting to the tournament semis sort of help give this group a chance to get refocused and re-energized head into the offseason and into camp this year?
Yeah, absolutely. We were kind of hit a peak at the end of the year, which is I think what every team is trying to do. So for us to go on that 3-game winning streak going into the conference tournament, then upsetting Dallas, and then losing a close game to Trinity, although it wasn't what we wanted to do and what our goal was, we were actually able to build on that this offseason. We still have that taste in our mouth from losing in the tournament, and we've basically been using it as motivation. We have a lot of seniors coming back, so for our last year, we really want to go out on top.
Coach, you returned 3 all-conference performers from a year ago, and you combine that with, as always, a group of newcomers that you hope to blend in and become a part of this program right away. What have you seen from your guys early on in preseason that gives you and your staff a lot of confidence heading into the year?
I think the biggest thing, Russell, is just the leadership that has been shown not only by the seniors but our juniors, sophomores as well. Everybody that's returning just picked right up when October 15th hit, and they took off right where we had left off at the conference tournament. And it's been so exciting to see them helping each other, coach those younger guys. We've got a tremendous group with that culture and that chemistry, and I couldn't be more excited about this year's team. I think, obviously we got to stay healthy like everybody, but we're very, very excited about this senior leadership. It's just been magnetic. It's been every time I walk into the gym, there's this spark, and you just love that. And it comes from within each and every one of these guys and how much they're willing to invest. And we've had a great start so far. We're going to have inter-squad on Saturday and then look forward to opening the season. And, we have a tough non-conference schedule, but these guys are ready for it. They're those kind of players. They're those kind of competitors, and we're looking forward to an outstanding season.
Nathan, Coach talked about the leadership with this team and his excitement with that. You as a senior guard on this team have to be a huge part of that fabric. How have you seen your role sort of change this year being a senior with this group? How have you shouldered that responsibility heading into camp?
Yeah, so last year I was kind of asked to step in and be that leadership role for a group of guys who I hadn't really been around personally. So that was a challenge for me and something I looked forward to my senior year as really focusing on, being a great teammate and being a great leader for these guys, especially with a lot of new players coming in and a lot of freshmen turning into sophomores that are going to be asked to step up for us. I wanted to be that guy, people could look for, people could ask advice for, and show them the ropes. I've been in this program for 4 years, and I'm looking forward to a great year and just leading our guys to where we want to go.
Again, you're watching the SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days. It's day one, and we're taking a look at the Texas Lutheran University Bulldog men's basketball program. We're joined by head coach Mike Wacker and senior guard Nathan Josephs. And Nathan, getting back to you, you're coming off a junior campaign in which you turned in a second-team All-SCAC performance, averaging 16.4 points, 4.3 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and just over 33 minutes of action a game. What did you work on with your game specifically to continue to try and grow as a basketball player out on the floor for TLU?
Yeah, so this summer I put more focus into my conditioning and physical shape. I really focused in on getting stronger, getting faster, being prepared for. I didn't realize the grind of the season. It takes a toll on your body, so I decided to put the work in now as far as making sure I was in the best shape possible to take the toll of the season. And then also for basketball-wise, me and Coach talked about it. I wanted to work on my in-between game, so as far as mid-range, floaters, finishing at the rim. So I wanted to basically be well-rounded and just be more efficient coming into this season.
Coach, you spoke about the respect that you have for the athletes and the coaches in the SCAC. What makes it so difficult to navigate through this conference schedule?
Well, I think they're just all committed athletes. These universities are such outstanding institutions. They attract that kind of person that's not just committed to basketball, but committed to their education. And when you have that kind of person that's self-driven, they really want to get better. They really improve. And you see that on each team. There's guys that step up their game, as they grow in their programs. And, we don't have these one and done type things in our league. So it's a true developmental league where guys have to invest on their own time in the off season, in the spring. Of course, all summer they're at home. And then in the fall, they're just in open gym with their friends and their teammates. And so they have to do it. And I think that is true in every one of our conference schools. In the programs, the coaches have established that kind of thing. And so we know each and every night out, they're going to be very well coached. They're very smart, not only academically, obviously, but because of the kind of schools we have. But, you're not looking at a bunch of hoop dogs out there. These guys know how to play. And unfortunately, that means they know how to listen to their coaches and scouting reports and all that kind of stuff. And so when we try to run stuff, they know exactly what we're going to try to do, and they can try to take it away, and they're pretty effective at it, which makes it a very, very fun way to play. I think the quality of basketball is really good in terms of sharing the ball, playing what I would consider the right way. It's a very purist form of basketball when you come to our contest. And then the other thing that's striking is that you just see so many close contests. I look back, in the 2 years that I wasn't the head coach where we won the conference title, each of the games was, it comes down to 2 or 3 possessions right at the end. And that was true 2 years ago, and it was true last year. And, we're just a point away, which is a few plays away. And so, you got to get your guys to buy into that, and you gotta help them be ready to make plays, and so I think that's what makes it the most fun is. And then I'll tell you, to be honest, it's a great group. The players have tremendous sportsmanship. They have great respect for their opponents. We don't have any of this, taunting or any of that kind of stuff. And then the coaches, I really get along with them, and I just feel like we've got what basketball should be at the intercollegiate level. And I think that is proven by when teams come to Bulldog Gym and Jim Schuler Court to kind of watch our teams play. And I think that happens the same thing on the road. And so it's a lot of fun.
Nathan, finally to wrap things up with you, as you've had those discussions with your teammates and looking ahead at this 2018-19 season, what are some of the goals that this group has for this season, and what are a couple of things that you think will be key in order to accomplishing those throughout the course of the year?
Yeah, so just on the surface, we want to control what we can control. So basically, we want our effort, how hard we play, how much energy we have. Those are things we can control. There's going to be nights when, the ball's not going in. But as long as we're playing our hardest, we're energizing, we're supporting one another, we can live with the result. And we also wanted to improve defensively. So that's something we've kind of taken pride in this offseason. And I've definitely seen it shown in the first few weeks of practice. The intensity is definitely better than what it was last year. And we're just looking forward to getting ready for the season.
And finally, Coach, to wrap things up with you, for fans and family and everyone that's going to come out this season to support this TLU Bulldogs men's basketball program, what can they expect to see? What do you hope becomes the characteristics of this group that regardless win or lose, your fans, the people that support your guys, know they can count on day in and day out with this group?
Well, I think their energy, excitement, and the way that they share the basketball on offense, they're going to be a high-scoring team. Well, we've got a lot of weapons. They're going to be able to see different guys, different nights come through and make plays. Defensively, we're going to give tremendous effort every single time out on the floor, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's really going to be a fun group to watch. Excitement and competitiveness. I think that's inbred in their nature. They've invested so much in their individual work, but now they're going to put it together. And I think you can expect these guys not to just play for themselves. They're not going to play for me or Coach Falke. What they're going to do is they're going to play for each other. And I think when you got guys that go out there and do that in front of their classmates and in front of the fans, that's really a special group.
Texas Lutheran University men's basketball program, of course, the Bulldogs, again led by head coach Mike Wacker and senior guard Nathan Josephs, will head into the 2018-19 season when they open up play at home November 10th when they take on Mary Hardin Baylor. Coach Nathan, thanks so much for your time today and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Russell. We appreciate everything the SCAC does for us in men's basketball.